What's up, guys? Luke
and Chris back again with another Week in Review podcast,
where we talk about the things that have interested us in the world of video games each and every week.
Before we get started, make sure to smash that like button. It helps us out a lot. With that being said, let's get right into it. All right, so first thing on the docket for this wonderful, beautiful, awesome week. Great week.
Is Crysis 4 is it's announced that it is currently in development by, you guessed it,
Crytek?
EA.
Oh, EA. I thought Crytek was behind this.
Well, yeah, well, actually I'm not 100% sure.
On the ad I saw Crytek, but maybe that's just like Crytek is Crysis.
So it very well could actually have been Crytek. So
it's funny though because
and actually we're gonna find out here in just a second.
I saw a version of this where it was actually Crysis and it had the tagline too, but then it got immediately deleted. It said midlife.
Yes, dude, that's amazing. Maybe Crytek is collectively having a midlife crisis.
Absolutely.
And they're like, we need to bring Crysis back because, well, no one asked for it, but
no one asked for it. We solved it.
Oh,
we did it.
Oh my god.
A midlife crisis that no one asked for.
Yeah.
That's the official name.
Well, you know, I don't have a ton of experience. I've played some of Crysis.
I know what Crysis is.
I know what Crysis is too, and I know that it's like a futuristic first-person shooter.
It's Far Cry.
And it spawned the term that is used all the time.
Can it run
Crysis? It was kind of the standard of PC gaming back in the day. If your PC was an absolute freaking monster boss, it'd be able to run Crysis. Yep. And so it was kind of like a standard. So I'm assuming they're probably going to go in that same direction where it's like nanotech technology.
Oh,
and
for sure. Look at the commercial.
Unreal Engine 5 and can it run Crysis? It'll bring your 3090 to its knees and it's just a lot of PC Master Race
I think
stuff.
what happened was they saw on their Apple Watches. I don't know why. I just picture all the guys there with Apple Watches.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, Crysis can run on the Switch? No. We gotta get to work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're like, it's running on a tablet.
They're like, this dinky thing can run Crysis?
Yeah. How dare they?
That's not okay. So that, yeah.
Yeah, so they needed to make a new standard, and we definitely know that the Switch, unfortunately, until an update comes out, probably won't be able to run Crysis 4 until the Switch 10. So
Switch 10?
Maybe 3. Yeah.
The way technology goes. Switch 3, that would be interesting. If we make 3 Switches,
that'd be cool. Moving on.
All right.
Motorstorm reboot rumors. So this is totally a rumor, guys. So do not take this with much more than a grain of salt. But
I'm taking it with a whole salt bottle, bro.
Yeah, because that's
Evolution has not released a game since my favorite Simcade Drive Club.
Yeah. So we have the trailer for the first Motorstorm. So if you guys don't know what the Motorstorm series is, well, Chris is gonna explain it.
It is a tech demo. It was coming off the tail of the racing trend, which was to have a festival. So you've got this festival in the desert, and there are no rules. If you have a bike, you can kick people. It's just got this crazy boost mechanic, and if you boost too much, your engine overheats and your car explodes. So it's a balance.
Yeah. Yep.
That with as you can see here, is very little traction in the racing. The courses were well designed. There were only about 4 courses, but it came for free with the PS3 to kind of show off what it was capable of, and that right there is gameplay. Like, that's how good the game looked.
Yeah, the game actually, I've played it recently, even looks good today. Like, this game, like the mud,
it holds up.
The way the mud slashes and like you cut through it with your tires and stuff, just looks freaking amazing. It's pretty impressive that this game came out in, what, 2006?
Yeah, this was a launch title with the PS3. It was free. Like, it came with it, and the damage models to this day are still like better than, I don't know, Horizon.
Probably a lot of new games, just with the way things are going on. But this is kind of the announcement. This comes from Oops Leaks, which is a
credible source.
maybe we'll find out as we continue to do this news stuff. I'm new to this stuff, so I'm just kind of winging it. I do know that they have been retweeted a lot too, so it's probably not a fake news outlet.
Right.
Maybe they do have some leaks under their belt. Maybe you can even like look that up while we're talking about it.
I'm checking the credibility of Lucid Games when it comes to racing.
Okay.
I want to make sure they know. Okay, that.
So before we get into that, let me just read. So this from Oops Leaks, and they tweeted out on Monday the 24th. Motorstorm Reboot was discussed at Sony. Period. The company wants an arcade racing game associated with PlayStation brand in counterweight to Gran Turismo series, which makes sense. Recent Twisted Metal developer switch could indicate that the project might be given to Lucid Games.
Which makes sense, because when I've got Destruction All-Stars recently, and I was thinking this is Overwatch meets Fortnite meets Twisted Metal, and if they could get rid of the first two of that aspect in the game, I would like it a lot more, because you have to like play the online to get money, and then you have to buy the story events. So it's a great game in the gameplay. It's really fun, but I hate the practices of it. It's very money hungry, and I'm not a huge fan of it. But if they could just bring it back, hone it back to Motorstorm, and just cradle it like a little PlayStation baby. Like that weird baby in the commercial for the PS3, that'd be great.
That would be awesome. And you know, they kind of actually almost went free to play at some point. It released on PlayStation Plus right when the PS5 came out.
It was kind of free to play, but I paid $16 for a physical because I'm trying to just build whatever I can for the PS5.
Have a little collection. I mean, it's only $16. Like, come on, you
and it's worth it. I was just kind of like, I was very confused. It doesn't do a good job of kind of showing you how the game works at all.
Yeah.
So I'm playing this game just like, all right, destroy car, and it's really fun. I've gotten first like a lot.
Oh, really?
Surprisingly, yeah. Like I'm like surprisingly really good at the game.
So how are the lobbies? Is it like you get in pretty quick, or?
No, it's probably about a 2-minute wait.
Oh, wow.
Because the game came out 2 years ago,
and it's exclusive to PS5. So.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think it looks kind of cool. There's some redeeming qualities.
There
at
are.
Such a cheap
the
price.
damage models are great. I like the parkour mixed with like dodging cars element. Like that's really fun. I just kind of wish it had like a single player.
Yeah.
Because I don't like multiplayer.
Yeah.
I don't.
Just like having like a single player mode with bots. That'd be great.
Yep.
Or something that you could play split screen or like 4-player split screen. That might actually be pretty fun.
That'd be really fun. And that's what they should do with the Twisted Metal game. And then have the online. I just miss the days when it was a single player is what you put a lot of your time on. And then sometimes even after the game launched, you'd be like, okay, here's a multiplayer.
Yeah.
Not, this is a multiplayer game and we might put a campaign in it.
Yeah, that sucks.
I hate that business practice.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. They should put a single
Where's
player.
that cane at? I feel old.
Yeah, I know. We're like always talking about the good old days.
I know, dude.
All right, moving on. This is a game that, well, was announced a really long time ago, but it really hasn't been talked about very much. And we're super excited about it because I don't know if you ever heard of Jet Set Radio Future, but it's a little game that came out on Sega, Dreamcast, and also, was a release title, or very close to a release title for the original Xbox.
It was released.
And it had this very unique style that was very creative, and I feel like is still super cool to this day.
Yeah, it's cel-shaded awesomeness.
It's basically like take the like skating, like skateboarding, BMX bikers life, and like just crank it up to 15. Because obviously, like, you know, if you're skating a public spot, you're gonna get, you know, you might get chased out. Like, you're a skater, so you know.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna.
You're talking about security.
Security's gonna show up, and they're gonna be like, you need to get the hell out of here, and you're gonna say F you, and then they're gonna say get the hell out of here.
May or may not have had that experience before. I'm not gonna say on stream. People are watching.
Yeah. But this is like, if you're caught skating that
military
rail,
police
they're gonna
come after you in this.
They're gonna shoot a bomb at you.
They will.
They're gonna literally nuke your ass.
They shoot you. Yeah. Like straight up. But they can't catch you because you're too freaking sick with your freaking rollerblades. Yeah. And you're grinding on stuff, dude. It's so I love Jet Set. For Christmas he actually gave me a physical, which I still appreciate. And
yeah. Merry
that
Christmas.
being said, This is the spiritual successor being put together by Reptile Games, I think.
And this game is called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. Just looking at, literally, like, you showed me this a while back. Just looking at it, like, again today, I'm like, oh my god, this is Jet Set Radio Future.
Yep.
This is amazing.
Except it's more than Jet Set Radio.
It's way better.
Parkour. Do you have the second trailer?
No, I don't.
Okay, but later they showed that they added BMX, skateboarding, and rollerblades. Originally this was just going to be a parkour game, but as you can see, they put in stuff.
So see how he's running? He's like running, and instead of like rollerblading, and then everyone else is like, they're on skateboards.
And people were like, I want to do that, and so the developers were like, yeah, cool. And the slogan for this game, pardon my French, is no weak shit.
Yeah.
Reptile Games, at the end of every time they upload like an update on people, it's like, and remember, no weak shit. So they're going into this headstrong. There's boss battles.
Yeah.
It's all about, you know, graffiti, self-expression, art forms, and they made skateboards. Yeah, that's just so sick.
Just so cool.
And I really hope with the Switch version you can actually like swipe and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like they made it very straightforward.
This game is just bursting with character, and
the soundtrack curator. The name escapes me right now, but it's very cool. He's doing the soundtrack for this game from Jet Set Radio. So this is my most anticipated game.
Yeah, this game looks freaking absolutely off the hook, man. And yeah, I'm really excited. I actually was surprised because I thought I'd probably like the parkour, the rollerblading, and the skating the most.
But BMX?
The BMX, like, the moves he's pulling off, I'm like, this reminds me of like Freak Style or something like that from back in the day. It's almost got kind of an SSX thing going on there.
SSX was very much inspired, like characters and stuff, by the weird snowboarding scene from Hoodwinked, but also Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot to be excited for, whether you are a fan of the series originally or if you've seen it for the first time.
Or if you're into action sports just at all.
Really, yeah.
Like, it's not a whole lot coming out for us nowadays.
Is it open world?
I don't know, but I believe it would be.
Maybe, or level based. Who cares?
I think it's probably going to be like Jet Set, where you have a level that's very big and you have a certain amount of things you got to hit.
Yeah.
Instead of spray painting, I think you're activating and hacking radio signals.
That's cool.
So they're going even more into radio than radio.
Also,
yeah.
Cool. I like it.
Even cooler.
All right. Limited Run News!
Yeah, buddy.
This week, just like every other week, we are going to be talking about the new games that are coming out for Limited Run. And the first game that we got on the docket is Cogent Sword of Rewind. And this game is, well, Chris, tell them.
Okay, Cogent Sword of Rewind is a side-scroller. It's got a retro style to it.
Yep.
I thought it was like a Metroidvania, but it seems that it's more like Mega Man.
Yeah, it's more like a Mega Man sort of game.
It's developed by Game Drops, and they made Melty Blood type Lumina. I have no experience with that game, so I could not tell you.
Yeah.
But it scores pretty good, so it seems like these guys know what they're doing. It's a punishing side-scroller, sword-based.
Yep, sword-based.
It's got a rewind mechanic, so when you die, you can rewind, I think, 3 seconds.
Yep.
See right there.
Yeah, she just
Seems
rewinded.
To be just enough to really correct your fault. Looks like there's some sick boss battles, and I couldn't find a whole lot about the story without reading a giant article.
Yeah.
So you just save Cogent City from evil.
Yeah, so basically with Limited Run News, obviously these are games that are indie games. They're not super overhyped games, so we're not going to know every single jot and tittle about this game. But it does look like it's paired up with the next game that we're going to talk about, and it has similar art style. I'm not sure if it's the same developer, but because I
would imagine it is.
But it looks like they were I actually tried to look that up before we did the podcast. They look like they're different developers, but this really game looks a lot like the next game. But before we get into that, this one actually comes with a PS4 and a Switch release, standard edition going for $39.99, as well as a collector's edition going for $64.99.
fair pricing.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fair. You're not getting a ton, but if you're a fan of these types of games, or if you're just a big fan of this. Oh wait, this is the wrong one.
That's the wrong one.
Yep.
There it is.
There it is. Had them a little mixed up. I apologize, but we will get into that one here in just a second. But this one does come with a couple of cool little goodies. We got the obviously physical copy of the game, Cogent sort of rewind soundtrack, the Eyebreaker keychain, and some art cards. So kind of a modest little collector's edition, but it's also not too super expensive. And that sword keychain looks pretty freaking dope.
It does. The art cards look really high quality too.
Yeah. So that'll be kind of fun, especially for like an anime lover. That like I do like the detail in there, and it just looks really sharp.
They are not hypersexually charged characters.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like very refreshing to see an anime game
that doesn't exploit women.
I know. I was looking at because I heard about a new puzzle game that was like super. Getting really popular, and it was like Block Knockers. I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, that's not what I want.
Oh, that's a porno. Okay,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could say it or not.
We're moving on now.
Moving on to
so
you have experience with this game. I didn't do much research about it.
So just before that, Cogent is available right now. Okay. And next game is Vault Chronicles. I actually have played the previous Vault games, and they are very good and very similar to this game here. Very similar to this game that we're telling you about right now.
Break into the new Apex.
Best way I can kind of describe this is a gun-wielding, side-scrolling action game with some story dialogue and power-ups, and it plays a lot like Mega Man. It has a lot more to it than Mega Man usually does traditionally, but it does have a lot of the same features like a power slide and platforming, things like that, but a whole bunch of power-ups. It's almost like a side-scrolling bullet hell because there are a lot of enemies coming at you at the same time. Story is a lot like the previous game where it's like, just play it.
Save it from evil. City's under attack. You got slow-moving knives.
Yep. Kind of a cyberpunk story, probably totalitarian government,
definitely
police state sort of thing.
You got if Bumblebee was a waifu. And Skeletor.
Yeah, it looks like Skeletor. Yeah, it looks like Skeletor.
I'm going to get you.
So I know we're kind of making fun, but this is actually a very
seems like a sick game.
Fun game. This game is very fun. Or at least the previous editions were.
And I wouldn't get it.
From an indie developer, I wouldn't expect them to diminish their quality. They're still an indie developer, so they got to make good games or they will not survive. So this one has a PS4 and a Switch release, as well as
PS5,
what's that?
I saw PS5 on the thing. Maybe that's just for the collector's edition, though.
No, I think that is on the next game that we're going to talk about. This one has a PS4 release, but that will be available on PS5 too.
Okay.
So, also this one comes with a standard edition for $39.99 and a collector's edition for $64.99, and that is... Where is that? There it is.
Hey!
I forgot to go back to our camera, so
I got you.
That's why, but it was a little bit overlaid.
What you got down there? Hey, Luke, how's it going?
Whoa!
Oh,
look at that
that's a lot of stuff down there.
Ooh, that is a sexy beast.
I think I might want that right there, actually.
We're gonna go down here. Okay. All right. Stop messing around. All right, so this is our little collector's edition. Very, very similar to the previous one we talked about. This comes with a PS4 copy, physical copy of the game, original soundtrack, 2 art cards, and a PVC keychain, as well as some DLC. So you get a little DLC action with it as well. That is the Kohaku Otori boss battle DLC. So really good stuff available right now.
Did I say 2 art cards? Because that looked like a lot more than 2 art cards.
Well, that's what my notes say.
Okay.
The image says
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
says 12 art cards. Unless those aren't art cards.
No, it says 11 art cards. Why does mine say 2?
Maybe you thought it was Roman numerals.
Oh no, I'm sorry, because the game's name is Vault Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX2.
Art cards.
Art cards.
Ah ha ha.
So I said 2. Sorry. Blonde moment.
The Phantasm Soldier.
It's actually 11. That's why I say the whole freaking thing. Yeah. It's the 11 Vault Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX2 art cards. Okay, check.
Phantasm.
Done. Moving on. Okay, next game. We got River City Girls 0 Classic Edition. And actually, it's River City Girls 0. I just screwed up my notes once again. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, and this is a re-release of a game that released only in Japan. If you guys know the series River City Girls, actually pretty popular game these days in the kind of indie game fan, beat-em-up fan sort of genre. So we didn't feel like it needed a ton of introduction, but it is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. This is a re-release of a game that released only in Japan in 1995, but this has been completely converted over to a US release with English text and all that good stuff and dialogue. So it's been just kind of revamped and re-released in the US on a bunch of cool consoles. It's on the Nintendo Switch, the PS4, and the PS5, all coming out at the same time. It comes with a standard edition for $34.99, as well as a classic edition for $64.99. And, you know, I guess the trailer sort of speaks for itself, but yeah, super classic, back in the 90s. And but it's been kind of reskinned. It has a you know, newer sort of cutscenes and aesthetic, but I mean, this is a game that came out in 1995.
Absolutely.
Like, this isn't the new River City Girls. This is the classic. So pretty fun stuff, and pretty cool that we're able to play it now in 2022. And as far as the collector's edition goes, this guy comes with quite a few little goodies for $64.99.
I love those pseudo Nintendo boxes.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, so they limited run really does a good job of just kind of tugging on your nostalgia strings, if that's even a phrase we use these days, but it really does do a good job of doing it. So first of all, it does come with that retro style box, as well as a physical copy of the game for whatever platform you buy it for, a original soundtrack, which is pretty freaking cool, and a River City Girls 0 18x24 reversible poster. So a lot of cool stuff for $24.99. Really fun game, and it is available for pre-order right now.
All
right.
Or don't.
Yep, or don't.
I don't care.
Yeah. I actually might. Okay, so next game is a game that is actually not out, and typically we don't really do games that aren't out unless it is something that is time sensitive.
Right.
So in this case, it is time sensitive. This is a limited release, as in wake up in the morning, coffees are flowing, you have the page up, you're signed into your account, your payment information is there, and you are off to the races to purchase this thing. So we want to tell you now instead of telling you in retrospect when it's already sold out. So This game is Martha is Dead, and this is actually just a straight up collector's edition for this game. You should already be able to purchase it or pre-order it in a normal physical copy / digital copy, but this is a limited release collector's edition. Oh, actually I have it. Or do you want to talk about it?
Well, I would say real quick, the last game these guys made was 2016's Town of Light, which did really well for them as far as the indie scene goes. Okay. So there's a lot of localized hype around this game.
Yeah, so a little background story on this game, little synopsis. Yeah, Martha is Dead is a dark first-person psychological thriller set in 1944 Italy. that blurs the lines between reality, superstition, and the tragedy of war. As conflict intensifies between German and Allied forces, the discredited body of a woman is found desecrated,
like absolutely destroyed.
Yep, I can't read.
You're good. Desecrated body of a woman is found drowned. It's Martha.
It's freaking Martha.
Gosh dang it, Martha. What'd I tell you about drowning?
Yep.
Stop.
Freaking stop playing Jason. It's not funny anymore.
Yeah, and it's not even original.
Yeah.
Although that is actually a pretty cool look.
Yeah, this game looks really good for a horror game. Really super creepy. Looks like it's probably one of those slow build sort of.
Psychological tends to be that way.
Yep. Not a ton of jump scares, but I'm sure there's some sprinkled throughout. And wow, yeah, just really good looking for being a indie game as well. Like, look at these environments, the textures, looks really sharp. And yeah, looks like a super fun game. So this one is a PS5 only release, which is really cool to see. It's not on a bunch of different platforms. It is exclusive for the PS5. Like I said, it's just a collector's edition for $164.99. Now, what the heck does this thing come with?
What doesn't it come with is the question.
Yeah, that is actually a great question. This is a long list, so let me get right into it.
Go.
The Martha is Dead Collector's Edition is individually numbered with a certificate of authenticity and is available in strictly limited quantities. The Martha is Dead Collector's Edition includes the deeply evocative original game soundtrack and this stunning game on triple vinyl with gatefold sleeve, including digital download copy, a physical copy of Martha is Dead on PlayStation 5.
I'm gonna take over. He's running out of breath. An exclusive metal case featuring special artwork, hardcover collector's art book showcasing an exclusive collection of artworks from the game. The White Lady book, recount of the haunting tale of La Leyenda de... That's not fair, it's a different language. De la Demolbizanca, as told in the game. Graphic novel. Okay, so it's that storybook we saw in the commercial. Graphic novel. Discover events that precede the dark psychological thriller. Tarot cards. A full set of 22 exclusive tarot cards with a unique artwork as seen in the game. Limited edition collector's coin pack. Double-sided poster featuring iconic artwork from the game. Game map showing key game locations. An exclusive sticker sheet. Stunning presentation box, individually numbered certificate of authenticity, a bonus digital copy of Martha is Dead for the Stream Store.
Wow.
It really doesn't come with much.
Yeah, he's blue in the face. If you could see him, you would just be, yeah.
I mean, I'm blue in the face like, Martha's dead, drowned body.
Yeah.
Full circle.
But hey, it's okay because you have tarot cards now. You can summon her from the dead.
Yeah, or if I'm dead, you can still summon me to do this on Saturdays. It'll just be my corpse lying in the background.
Yes, hey, very, very fair. Comes with a ton of stuff for $164.99. They're definitely trying to provide a value here. And
absolutely. Those coins are cool. I hope that has something to do with that actual game.
Yeah. And I'm sure it probably does. This is the type of collector's edition where you look at it and you're like, they had so many ideas and they're like, what the heck? Let's just give it all to them. And it's one of those collector's editions where you're like, okay, there's a lot of value.
Yeah,
like this is a collector's
is a lot of money, but you get a lot of stuff.
I feel like that's worth it for $164.
Yeah, and hey, we might have it in the shop.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, next year when it finally ships. Yeah. So we have some pretty bare shelves. If you guys have been in the store, on the top of the shop, because, well, I wonder why.
Thanks, drummer number 5.
Yep. So yeah, we have some pretty bare shelves. So I'm actually back in the market for getting collector's editions, box consoles, stuff like that. So hey, Martha's
collector's
dead.
editions out there. Single.
So yeah, we have I'll be looking at. We'll see. I might get one, might not. And that's going to do it for limited run news, and pretty much now time to wrap things up. But before, we need to do a little thing that we call
the comment of the week.
Dude,
comment of the freaking week. It's the comment of the week. It's the comment of the week.
week.
Okay. Comment of the week this week is Official No Friendo. Guys, if you guys don't know Official No Friendo, go over and check out his YouTube channel. He does all sorts of different Switch reviews, new game reviews, as well as update reviews, which is really cool. Not a lot of YouTube channels really have the attention span to follow up on a game that may have kind of sucked on release, but got a patch later on to clean up a lot of the issues. So
that's a nice
great YouTube channel, great human being as well. He's a father and just a really hard worker. He's been working really hard, and he's seen a ton of growth over at his channel. So go and check out Official No Friendo. And his question was...
Somewhere on your stream deck.
Somewhere outside of limited run news. Okay. All right. His question, or his, not his question, but his comment is, cool video, guys. And this one's actually more for Chris than for me. Super Metroid versus Zero Missions. Go!
Okay, so where am I? I'm gone. So Super Metroid versus Zero Mission is a great question because Zero Mission obviously fixed a lot of issues that Super Metroid had, like mechanically. It was limited hardware. Limited hardware news.
Hardware.
But that being said, Super Metroid is definitely the more atmospheric pick, which I'm more about the atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
And it's got a very triumphant tune to it. But Zero Mission introduces the kind of, well, I guess Fusion technically does it, but canonically Zero Mission introduces the horror element of being powerless and kind of sneaking your way around stuff. Fusion did it before then, but canonically. But yeah, it's a remake of the first game. You were saying, like, you don't know where to start with Metroid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would say, so if your question is where to start, it's Zero Mission. Super Metroid is hard. It's confusing. You don't know where to go half the time. It's going to turn people away from the series, and I don't want that. So I'm going to say Zero Mission. Me, personally, Super Metroid bar none.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, you've beaten Super Metroid, like, how many times?
Enough times to know where everything is.
Yeah.
But I made room for all those speedrun tricks by getting rid of my knowledge of the 50 presidents they taught me in junior high.
Well,
that's a little life hack for you. Half the stuff you learned in high school can be stored elsewhere.
Yeah.
And you can put speedrunning tactics where those were.
Yeah, it's in a backup server somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
The server farm in the valley.
It's some rusty filing cabinet that has been open in a generation. So. Yeah. Oh well, we don't need that information anyways.
But yeah, that was a great question, man. More context next time. So it's like, if it's the first game someone wants to play, or if you're just looking for our opinion. Yeah. But, you know, you got both answers.
Let us know what your favorite Metroid game is down in the comments section.
In the comments down in lower north there.
Yep. But that's going to do it for this week's podcast, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. But, you know, that's enough from us. Let us know down in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about this new game? These new games that are coming out from Limited Run. We got Gun Vault. We have the Martha's Dead game and River City Girls and Cogent, as well as. Do you like Motorstorm? Is Motorstorm a game that you were excited about or liked in the PS3 era? Would you like to see it come back? Crysis 4, can your freaking computer even think about running it? And finally, what was that name of that game again?
What are you talking about, Cogent?
No, freaking...
Martha's Dead.
Cyberfunk.
Oh, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
Yeah, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
I was like, what are you talking about right now?
Are you into this game like we are? We're super hyped for the game. I can't remember the name, but I just saw it, so forgive me.
Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. And lastly, guys, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe with bell notifications turned on so you can catch us every time we post a new video. But with that being said, Luke
and Chris
signing out, and we'll see you in the next one. God bless.